High on Life, the upcoming comedy first-person shooter from Justin Roiland's Squanch Games, doesn't take place within the Rick and Morty universe, but it sure seems like it could.
So how about it? Think you're ready for the big leagues, kid?
It's got zany and foul-mouthed aliens,
Check this out. My mom smells like shit.
fantastical settings, and a sense of humor that's 100% Roiland.
Floaty's my name, and Trungle Funk's my game!
From the interdimensional cable-style animated shorts that act as TV commercials in the High on Life universe,
Let me show you an example of what I have accomplished with one of my clients.
to your default talking gun, a pistol named Kenny sounding exactly like Morty.
No, we know how buying stuff works.
I played a few hours of it, with the developers being careful not to spoil the opening minutes, but otherwise letting me have free reign to choose any bounty I wanted in any order I wanted during my hands-on time. In short, there's more to High on Life than I expected, in the best of ways. I expected a funny FPS with some gorgeous game worlds, and it's got that for sure, but gameplay-wise, it also layers in upgradable weapons and skills,
All right, there you go. One Dodge unit. Have a nice life.
side quests, and literal hours of comedy in the form of commercials, movies, and NPC dialogue that you can simply hang out and be entertained by, should you so choose.
There's a goddamn bottomless pit over here. Oh, you think? Oh, whoa, you just killed my fucking brother, Joey Mac and Cheese brother. Holy shit, dude.
Add it all up, and it's a refreshing change of pace for a genre that normally takes itself far too seriously.
Well, to be honest, I don't care if you live or die. You know that. You know my whole deal. But hey, it's your funeral. So go check out the Bounty 5000 whenever you're ready.
Let's start with what will certainly be High on Life's calling card, its sense of humor.
Hey, try not to slip and fall into that bottomless pit, you fucking asshole.
I've always vibed with Roiland's comedy, from Rick and Morty to Solar Opposites, to his utterly shocking short made for Seth Rogen's Hilarity for Charity event in 2018, and I was laughing repeatedly while playing this.
Honestly, he's pretty good.
Combat is more layered than it first appeared. Sure, you've got 4 unique guns, but it's the abilities you can buy from in-game shops, like a dash, a forward slide, and health and weapon upgrades, that allow you to feel more powerful in firefights the further into the game you get. Use Sweezy's time-slowing secondary attack to create a pocket of molasses-slow enemies, then light them up with her primary fire that embeds explosive crystals in your targets, then power slide in and melee the stuck bad guy to cause the crystals to explode, taking out all nearby foes. Or maybe you'd rather attack those time-bubbled bad guys by lobbing Kenny's alternate fire blob grenade into the bubble to send your targets flying, then move in with Gus's shotgun-like primary attack to finish them off. Unless, of course, they still don't die, in which case you can use a melee finisher. There's a surprising amount of combat depth here. It's also organically replayable. Roiland emphasized this to me during my extended hands-on gameplay session. It's not purpose-built to keep you playing it over and over again, grinding away for some better item. No, this is a single-player story-based game, but a natural side effect of having 4 primary weapons, each of whom has a distinct personality and a deep well of bespoke dialogue,
But why'd it have to be in this busted desert wasteland? Which is a great name for a strip club.
is that you can play sections again and enjoy NPC conversations all over again, as they'll go quite differently depending on which gun your mute protagonist has equipped at the time.
Just tell all your buddies about it. I'm the goop guy. I do goop stuff.
I'd like to take a minute to talk about the art style next. Quite simply, High on Life's Unreal Engine-powered alien worlds are vibrant and delightful to look at. It's a far cry from the grays and browns we're used to seeing in many first-person shooters. The Zephyr Paradise biome in particular, where a village of adorable bear-like aliens called moplets reside, was filled with a gorgeous array of pinks, blues, and greens. And perhaps that's a subtle way that High on Life amps up its humor, by contrasting the pretty scenery with its unabashedly crude language.
They just eat up scrap metal. And trust me, scrap metal tastes like shit.
Visually, this game is somewhat reminiscent of Oddworld, an influence that Roiland readily admitted to. While yes, humor is subjective, to my ears, High on Life is funny.
I don't care if I fed this piece of shit
Jorb, how could you say such a thing?
It's also relentless. You can and should stand around waiting for NPCs to say more funny stuff because they absolutely will.
This bridge ain't never getting fixed. You know, if we fix it, we're out of a job, so, you know, we're taking our sweet time, you know?
Roiland told me that he and the Squanch team wrote a ton of material for this game, and that's evident after playing a few hours of it.
Okay, it. Switch to Kenny. Switch to Kenny. I keep getting sand in my eye.
The comedy comes at you from all directions, from your guns, from your enemies.
Me too! I'm all fired up! I just want to start some shit!
Heck, you can find entire feature-length B-movies hidden in here, licensed and riffed on Mystery Science Theater 3000 style.
I'm gonna kill you, man! I'm gonna kill you!
The big question is whether or not High on Life has the gameplay to back up its sky-high pile of jokes, and so far, it's looking very promising.
All the other recruits are dead. Do we get a medal or something?
For more on High on Life, check out our IGN Unfiltered interview with Justin Roiland, as well as our reveal of Gus, the High on Life gun voiced by JB Smoove.
Bad guys. Yeah, let's f them up.
And for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
Hey, listen. Whoa, hey, tough guy. Hey, look, walk wherever you want. This is
Hey,
the
what
Mac
the
and Brothers
Hands off,
construction
pal.
site. We ain't
No
done here.
touching.
You gotta be careful. Whoa.
Yo, chill out. We're cool, okay? So how you want to handle this? Tough guys like this only respect other tough guys. So don't embarrass
Kid
me.
me.